Society has made me think about altering my physical appearance, not to the point where I would actually consider doing it, but it has crossed my mind once or twice.
I have thought about altering my appearance based on societal views and opinions of others. I used to want to be lighter skinned when I was younger.
I used to want to be darker, period, because all my siblings and family were darker than me.
I think society does have a way to persuade women to alter their body. Even the skin complexion, like the lighter, the better they present it on social media.
I think light-skinned Black females in society have it easier in the way that the stereotypes that go with being a Black woman that might have to do with the skin color or the hair don't immediately apply to them.
I do think that they are treated a little bit better compared to the darker-skinned females that I do know.
Some dark-skinned females do have low self-esteem when it comes to the complexion of their skin color, because they feel that their skin, since their skin is darker, they feel like they are compared to negative stereotypes such as being too Black or too dark.
When I was younger, I did have low self-esteem due to my skin complexion, partially because I went to a school where everyone was lighter than me, so it made me feel like I stuck out and that I wasn't as much of a person as everybody else was because I was darker.
I do have low self-esteem due to my complexion.
There's been times where I wished I looked different, but not so much of low self-esteem.
All through my junior high school, elementary school, I've been told I act white or I'm too white, and it's because I was like proper or didn't, use slang as much, or I really wasn't as rowdy or as quick to anger as other Black kids in my school. The other Black students felt a lot of resentment toward me, almost, I don't know if it was jealousy, but they didn't include me like I thought they would, because I was Black. And I was offended, of course, because I obviously didn't fit in with the white kids, even though I was surrounded by them all the time due to classes and high honors. So it definitely made me feel some kind of way to not be included with the Black crowd, considering I was Black, and just having them give me the cold shoulder just because of, my level of education, or, because I read the dictionary or something along those lines.
I personally never chose to act a different way because of the color of my skin, but other Black females in society definitely have to act a specific way, especially with anyone in politics or in social media, because Black women already have stereotypes of being angry. So for example, Michelle Obama did a great job as First Lady, but if she had acted out, which she didn't, she acted great, but if she had acted out, people would immediately been judging her because she's a Black woman, and she would get less chances than someone that isn't.
Colorism is very active in Black entertainment. For example, the show The Proud Family is a Black show, is very known in the Black community. They have 3 dark-skinned sisters who are pretty much bullies. They have very negative attitudes, and they're sassy, and the way they're presented, I just feel like their character wasn't well thought out, and they were dark-skinned.
I don't like the idea of skin bleaching. I think it's really offensive, especially because beauty comes in all shapes and all sizes and all colors and all shades. And I feel like if we as a people, especially Black women, if we were to love ourselves and love our skin more, we wouldn't really indulge in skin bleaching and needing to be lighter, because we would already accept our own beauty for what it is. People pay millions of dollars to get their skin in as dark and as glowy and as yellow and as tan as ours. So for us to want to reverse it, I don't see the reason for it.
It's terrible that women or people in general feel that they need to use some chemicals on their skin to make themselves feel prettier, have better self-esteem, and it's something that I don't think should have ever existed or been invented.
I feel like skin bleaching is wrong, and I feel like nobody should have to do that.
Yeah, I think it's a problem. I don't think there should be treatments out there to promote skin bleaching, and especially when other Black people are promoting skin bleaching, such as Blac Chyna. She went to, I think it was Africa or Ghana, and she was promoting skin bleaching, or was it either Jamaica? She was promoting skin bleaching, basically, and I didn't understand why she was doing that, because she's Black herself. but you can tell she lightened her skin too, so I'm not surprised.
A lot of women turn to it because they feel insecure and want to look like women that they see on social media.
I realize a lot of the times us as Black women don't feel beautiful is because our Black men, don't make us feel beautiful. And it's not to make them have the responsibility or to put the responsibility on them, but it's to point out the fact that they are accountable for adding to the psychological damage that we as Black women go through of not feeling beautiful, not having high esteem, and that's why we go to the extreme of getting attention and, you know, doing bizarre things to do such.
A lot of guys are like stereotypic and they say that like light-skinned girls are better or they feel like they have better features, but I feel like that's not right at all.
In the Black community, good hair is defined as loose curls, or something that's similar to fine hair. Something that's not too coarse. If your texture is too coarse, like 4C, then you don't have good hair. But that's what is usually referred to as having good hair.
Hair that's curly but not too coily, like lightly curled, shiny, and bouncy.
One time I was in a beauty salon and some lady, she walked in, she told me, "Girl, you got some good hair." And I was like, in my head, I was like, you know, what is good hair? And I'm personally offended when people tell me I have good hair, because what is good hair? And I feel like if I would ask her what good hair was, she would not have known what to say.
I've been told that I'm pretty for a dark girl. And personally, I did not like it. I know it was meant to be a compliment, but it's like, that's basically saying that dark-skinned women aren't pretty and that you're like the one that stands out, and that's just not a cool thing to say at all.
I've heard the saying before on social media and from other people, but not directed towards me, but I've heard it before. I think the statement is very disgusting. It's pretty offensive.
I had to defend my Blackness within the community at a younger age, specifically with the comment of, "Oh, you sound white." And it's like, why do I sound white? Because I don't sound like you? Because I don't sound ignorant? Or because of the words that I'm using? Like, is it the tone of my voice, or is it what I'm saying that's white? And if so, why are you offending my culture? Why are you saying that Black people can't be smart and can't sound smart? I had to have a lot of those arguments growing up.
People, they like just look at me a certain way and they don't believe that I am African American.
I have been asked, what am I, several times within the Black community. They'll say, no, what are you really? As if Black isn't like a sufficient enough answer.
Every day, people always ask me if I'm white, and when I tell them I'm not, they don't believe me.
So on social media, they have like this category where it's like, oh, team dark skin versus light skin, and I personally think that it's a stupid idea, and I think it divides us even more because we're over here talking about the battle of our skin complexions. Little do we know we all Black though. So I don't understand why we talking about it, but I think it's just another way to culturally divide us.
If I could give advice to a young Black girl experiencing colorism in the Black community today, I would tell her that her skin is beautiful, and if people are making her feel that it's not, then they're not people that she should be associating with. And hopefully soon she'll realize that the color of your skin doesn't matter, and you're just as great with your skin color.
Love yourself. As hard as it may be on your worst day, on your best day, love yourself the exact same way. Because there's only one you, and you're more than valuable. And to not let anyone else define who you are and who beautiful is. Because beautiful and beauty is really only skin deep.
You don't have to look like other people in order to be considered beautiful, and you don't have to change anything about yourself as well.
Keep moving forward and realize your skin color should stop nothing.